They did what? Oh yeah, it happened. Hi peeps and welcome back to CRACH. We got an update from Bandai where they announced that they're gonna change the main rules of the Digimon trading card game, specifically focused on mulligan and side decks. So a very important update for the upcoming fest. So do not worry, those rules are not gonna be applied for all game stores and normal events. This is gonna be a test for the festival. Once the festival is over, they're gonna review if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But I would say let's go and take a look at what are the changes. So first of all, for people that do already play a lot of other card games like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Vanguard, you already know what mulligan is. So mulligan is when you draw your hand, you can look at your cards, and if you're like, I don't like those cards, you can remove those cards and draw new cards instead. There are many ways how you can do the mulligan rule, but for Digimon they're gonna apply this for the first time as well. So what you need to do first is, of course, you take your 5 cards for your security cards. You do not touch those cards. They're gonna stay there whatever happens. Then you look at your 5 cards in your hand. If you don't like those cards, you can put those 5 cards down below your deck and draw 5 new cards. Nothing else, nothing more. That's the only thing you can do. You can only do this once each turn. Clear? So nothing too impressive, nothing too crazy, but I do believe that this is the best way how to do this with Digimon. We only got 50 cards in our deck, so being able to draw more cards, do this multiple times, is gonna be too powerful. With other card games, they also do mulligan like partially. So you can keep 2 cards, for example, and put 3 away, draw 3 new cards. But that would be too strong. That would be way too strong for in Digimon, so I feel that the way how they're doing this right now is the correct way. Like, it's all or nothing, no shenanigan with that. So once again, with the festival, if you're gonna participate with that tournament, it's very important to keep in mind that you're gonna be able to mulligan and your opponents are gonna be able to do that as well. Second big update, and maybe the more controversial of the 2 new updates, and that's gonna be the sideboard. So in many other card games, once again, you can have a sideboard of multiple cards. For Digimon, they're also gonna do this once again for the festival, where you can have 10 cards aside from your deck that you can use to swap out cards in between matches. So if you got a match best out of 3, if you win or lose a game, there's gonna be a little time where you can take a break to swap out cards without showing which card you're removing, which cards you're adding. So that's a secret for your opponents. You do not have to reveal this. Very important, the rule of only having 4 copies of one card still applies on your sideboard. You can only have 4 in total, looking at your sideboard and your normal deck. How do I feel about that? To be honest, I don't really feel that sideboard is a good idea for Digimon. Sideboard is probably gonna be too strong, because you're gonna be able to make the best deck that you can do, not put any interaction in your first match, and then you can look like, okay, what is my opponent playing, and then you can have like really counterplay in your sideboard. And then you're like, oh, I'm playing against security check, or I'm playing against rookie rush. Then you can be like, okay, now I'm gonna add those cards in to really nuke that deck. That's something that is gonna make the game way more complicated, because side decking is something that is probably one of the most complex things that you can do in a card game, because you have to think about a lot of things. Because first of all, you have to think like, okay, what 10 cards do I add? Second of all, it's like, at what time do I swap? What do I take out? What do I put back in? But also, your opponent is doing the same thing. So it's possible that you're like, okay, I'm gonna side deck because I want to play counterplay against my opponent. But maybe your opponent is like, aha, he's probably gonna counterplay, so I'm gonna swap 10 cards as well. 10 out of 50 cards is a lot. For example, you can swap out all your level 6s and play a totally different deck out of nowhere. Like, your main end strategy could become something totally different. So I think that it's gonna make the gameplay way more slow, because we're gonna have to wait for opponents to side deck. I don't know the information about how much time you get, if judges already have a certain amount of maximum time that you get in between those matches. But the thing that I really enjoy about Digimon right now is that it's quick play, not too complex. You can really go complex with your deck, but you take your deck and you start playing and there's nothing in between the plays. And that's something that I really do enjoy. I play Magic, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh!, I've played Vanguard, I do know about Flesh and Blood, I've played Pokemon. That's the thing that I really enjoy about Digimon, that it's not there, those things. And I do understand that they want to learn from other card games, but I hope that they are still gonna stick with the core element of what I enjoy about Digimon. So that's pretty much it. I think that the updates are definitely interesting and I definitely want to try them out. But I feel that for me, my first thought is that the mulligan rule is a good one, and that the sideboarding is something that they're gonna try out and they're gonna feel that, yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. So I hope that they're gonna stick with that. So mulligan and sideboard. Peeps, if you are interested in more videos from me, the best way to find out when I upload is by clicking that subscribe button. If you did like the video, definitely let me know in the comments by also letting a little thumbs up. The thumbs up for Mulligan, the thumbs up for me. That's what I would like to see. Also let me know, how do you feel about the rules? Are you happy about it? Are you dissatisfied? Let me know down below. I want to thank you all for watching and I hope to see you next time. And do not forget, I'm Crash and I'm out. Bye bye.